welcoming you to Yoga Nidra. This is Yoga Nidra, the art of conscious relaxation. Thank you so much for taking the time to take care of yourself today, to come into this relaxing space with each other. I'll be leading you through a 30-minute practice that is designed to help the body relax and allow the mind to wander. So unlike other types of meditation, Yoga Nidra actually says, go play in the mindscape. And we'll be doing a visualization a little bit later where you'll be asked to explore your inner landscape of the mind. So that's a really fun part of our Yoga Nidra practice. We're going to begin by just finding a really comfortable way to relax the body. So getting super comfortable. Many of us like to practice Yoga Nidra in a reclining posture on the ground or floor. Others might like to practice seated. Whatever feels good is the right answer for you. So we're taking a few moments just to settle in, getting settled. Maybe you want to stretch a little bit if you haven't already. Maybe you want to wriggle around, get all those wiggles and squiggles out. Maybe you just want to lick the lips and swallow or take a sip of your water. And beginning to enter in to our Yoga Nidra space. You can take 3 clearing, cleansing breaths together. In through the nose, out through the nose or mouth. Easy breaths in and out. Leaving behind all of the moments that led to this one, and just sinking ourselves into this present moment together. We can begin our Yoga Nidra practice by just getting present to the sounds in the room around you. So we're opening up the awareness. Those sounds in the room around you that might be far away, off in the distance. Coming a little closer with your awareness to the sounds right in the room around you. And that might include just noticing it's silent right now and still. And then we're withdrawing to the inner space, coming to the sounds that are right close by you. Maybe your own breath. You could hear your own breath traveling in and out at whatever pace feels good. And I want to remind you, my friend, that you are welcome here in whatever state of being you're in. Giving yourself permission to just arrive here in that present condition, whatever it may be, marinating in that for a moment. And as we continue our journey together, I would like to remind you to try and remain awake and aware. Our goal in Yoga Nidra is to hover between wake and sleep, and this is a state of being, the hypnagogic state, where we can access perhaps the deeper part of ourselves that we're not always aware of because our brain waves slow down. So trying to remain in that space between wake and sleep by continuing to focus on the sound of my voice, the sound of these bowls and chimes. Take another few moments to settle in. Maybe you want to allow the belly to soften. Allow the shoulders to relax and just take a few more breaths with your community. You're safe here. Breathing in, we expand. Breathing out, we relax and ground. Giving yourself all the room you need to take some delicious breaths. Maybe they're just little sips of air. Maybe you can follow the exhalation all the way out. Just staying with that rise and fall of the breath, coming in and out. So know that you can always come back to just noticing the breath at any time during this practice. I'm now going to invite you to travel to the mind space, and we can gaze into the mind space, which is sort of like at the center of the eyebrows. With the eyes softly closed, gazing into the mind space, as if you were watching a movie screen. And whatever is there, whether it's color or pattern or movement, just staying with it, letting it bloom, letting it change, just noticing. Watching the movie screen of the mind. Taking a moment to just sort of visit with yourself and maybe scan this phase of life you're in right now, the things that you have that are most important, the things that are going on. And maybe there's one area of your life where you need a little support, where you'd like to improve. So just scanning this movie screen in the mind and finding one little spot in your life which you'd like to deepen or evolve, grow. we can create a simple intention out of this one thing. So for example, if I have trouble sleeping and I really need that night's sleep, I might create an intention such as, I sleep deeply and wake refreshed. That's an example of a sankalpa or intention. Whatever you have going on, let's try to find a little phrase that's in the present tense and it's positive. I am present. I am energized. I take exquisite care of myself. And in this movie screen of the mind, you can plant this intention and repeat it inwardly 3 times with conviction. Very good. We're going to take a little tour around the body. So I'll say a body part, and you can just move your mind there. That's the only work we're doing, is we're moving the mind. And we'll tour around the body, and maybe as a result, the body will relax. So let's begin by moving the awareness to the right thumb. Right second finger. Right third finger. The fourth and the fifth fingers on the right hand. All of those fingers filled with awareness as you now gently touch with your mind the back of the right hand, the center of the right palm, filling up the whole entire right hand with your awareness. And just allowing the right hand to rest. So we've just begun a little rotation around the body, moving the mind to each body part and allowing that body part to simply be. The whole right hand has been filled with awareness, and now we're moving to the right wrist. Right forearm, elbow, upper arm, and the right shoulder. Filling that right shoulder down to the fingertips, the whole entire right arm is filled with your awareness and just resting, just being as it is. Moving the mind now over to that left thumb, left second finger, third finger, and the fourth and fifth fingers on the left hand. All of those fingers on the left hand filled up with awareness as you lightly touch the back of the left hand with your mind. Back of the left hand, center of the left palm. And now filling that entire left hand with your awareness. The entire left hand is simply being, just resting here as it is. Moving the mind now to the left wrist, left forearm, elbow, upper arm, and the left shoulder. Filling that left shoulder with your awareness. Sliding the awareness all the way down that left arm. So we're filling up the entire left arm. Down to the fingertips. Letting the left arm relax. And just be. So that both arms can rest. Both arms resting, we now shift our awareness to all 10 toes. So we're doing all the toes at once, starting with the big toes and working your way outward, one toe at a time. Filling the toes with your awareness, and maybe it's difficult to individuate them, and that is fine. Just having a general awareness of the toes, the tops of both feet, the soles of both feet can just take a break. The heels on both feet, and you can fill both feet with your awareness, completely relaxed, resting, doing nothing. Both feet. As we move the mind now up to both ankles. Both shins and calves. Both knees and both thighs, filling up the entire thigh on each leg. The hips and buttocks. To fill the entire right leg, from hip to toes, the entire right leg is resting, doing nothing, taking a break. Moving the mind now over to that left leg, filling it up. From the hip to the toes, the entire left leg is resting just as it is. Both legs, both arms, doing nothing. And now moving the mind to the belly, the upper and the lower abdomen. Letting whatever is there just be. Letting the belly be soft, letting the belly take up space as you gently drop that awareness like an anchor down to the sacrum, the tailbone. As we move the awareness gently up the back side of the body to the lower back, the middle back, and the upper back. And if you're resting, you can allow yourself to really rest into the support in the back of the body. As we now move the mind to the rib cage, starting at the back of the body and encircling the heart and lungs. Maybe even feeling the breath filling this chest cavity with vitality. So awareness of this entire torso, the back, sides, and front of the entire torso, all of the internal organs doing what they're doing. And just allowing those functions to take place automatically while you yourself rest with no effort. Moving the mind now to the neck and throat, just allowing this to be what it is as we slowly slide the awareness up to the lower jaw and the upper jaw and both lips. Allow the tongue to rest on the bed of the mouth. Moving the mind now to the cheekbones, the bridge of the nose and eyebrows, down the length of the nose to the tip of the nose, both nostrils, allowing the eyes to rest within the eye sockets, and all the muscles surrounding the eyes can just be. The forehead, temples, all the skin on the scalp to the base of the skull. Allowing all the muscles in the face, all the muscles in the neck and scalp to drain of any effort. And revisiting now the entire body, the hands and feet, both legs, both arms, the entire torso, front and back, sides, the head and neck, and face. And now we'll just infuse this entire body with awareness. The entire body is doing nothing but resting in this nourishment of awareness and vitality. Now, once again, we're going to come to the mind space. So perhaps turning the gaze inwardly to that movie screen in your mind and just allowing whatever is there to be there. Maybe there's color or movement or patterns. Just following along with the seams. In this mind space, using the creativity of the mind, maybe you would like to imagine going to a place in your mind's eye where you can be completely at peace and nourished. So, visiting a place in your mind's eye that is just for you. What do you see? What colors are present? And can you drink those in as nourishment? What do you feel in sensations on the skin, emotions, feelings in this special space that you've designed for yourself in your mind's eye? What can you hear in this sanctuary of the mind? And can you drink that in as nourishment? Continuing just to take some shelter in this space of your mind's eye. And maybe we as a community can now envision a beautiful sky at sunset, streaked with all of the most beautiful pastel sunset colors. And that we together as a community, they're all wrapped up in our blankets in a meadow watching this beautiful sky, the moon rising, the stars beginning to twinkle. We can breathe in this fresh air. And we know we're not alone. Here with each other in this moment, resting in this space of the mind and the heart. And maybe in your mind's eye, you can turn to the WM friend next to you and just shake their hand or give them a hug or wave or smile. And can you drink that in as nourishment? Very good. And one last time, come to this mind space. Maybe you can, in your mind's eye, see your hands cracking open a fortune cookie and unrolling the fortune within, upon which is inscribed your intention. That which you need to hear today in this moment is written on this little piece of paper. And maybe you can repeat those words internally, hearing them spoken aloud in your mind's eye. Maybe it's your voice speaking the words to yourself. Maybe it's the voice of someone in your life whose opinion you respect. Somebody who never fails to provide you with guidance. And if you simply must, go ahead and eat the fortune cookie. And drink that in as nourishment as well. As we begin to leave behind the mind space and come back into the room that you are in, whether you're seated or reclining, coming back into the room and beginning to notice the sounds in the room, starting with the sounds that are closest to you, the sound of your breath, widening out your awareness to the sounds a little farther away. And gradually, gently, with no rush or pressure, beginning to come back into the body, coming back into the body. Maybe you want to lick the lips or swallow or move the head from side to side. Stretch through the fingertips, stretch through the toes. Roll the shoulders, and if you're in a reclining posture, you could roll to one side and give yourself a little hug. If you're seated, you could give yourself a hug. And really take a moment to drink this in, that you have done this thing for yourself by practicing Yoga Nidra. You've given yourself space to heal, to roam, to just be you. And along with the community, just taking good care. So maybe you'd like to come up to sit, and I'll close our session today coming out of Yoga Nidra, coming back into the room, back into your body, into our community. I'll close our session with just a little chant that means, may all beings everywhere be happy. Om, peace, peace, peace. Breathing in. Om, Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. And I'm thanking you so much for your practice today, friends. Namaste.